Thank you so much for tuning in to She's All Over the Place with Kiriaki. That's me.
You have faith in your family. You have faith in your friends. Sometimes they will let you down, but you stay optimistic. You got faith in your pastor. You believe just what he says. Be good, be kind, be faithful. Things will get better someday. You got faith in stuff that you read, things you see on TV. But tell me, where's your faith in your dreams? I got another verse. You got faith in your leader. You said they're doing their job. You got faith in the economy, even though times are hard. You got faith in your organization. You think they got your back. You put your money away for the future, hope and pray one day you'll get it back. You have faith in everything you read, lots of things you see on TV. Tell me, where's your faith in your dreams? I want to know where's your faith? Tell me where's your faith? I want to know where's your faith? Where's your faith in your dreams? Where's your faith? Come on, Peter, let's play a little bit. People try to reach their goal. By the time you want to do it for yourself, you say, man, I'm too old. Get up, go to the mirror, and take a look at yourself. Invest some time and some money in your dreams while you're still in good health. You got faith in the things that you read, everything you see on TV. But tell me, where's your faith in your dreams? I want to know right now. Where's your faith? Where's your faith? Where's your faith?
everyone? I have Joey Williams with me today. I'm super excited. What's up, Joey?
What's up?
Yeah. And also tuning in is Nikki Scorpio.
What up?
Nikki, Scorpio.
Yeah.
I'm a Scorpio, so that's, special.
Joey Williams was born in Brooklyn and he was raised in Queens in New York City. Woohoo!
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah. His father made a lasting impression on him and gave him his first guitar when he was 6 years old.
That's early.
Yeah.
He had a plan.
Yeah, it was meant to the stars. It was meant for you. So
That's right.
Joey is a part of the Blind Boys of Alabama, and they have 5 Grammys. And Joey received a Lifetime Achievement Award that was presented to him from Jimmy Jam, from the famous Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Like, he is unbelievable, an amazing spirit, an amazing soul, and I'm so honored to have him on She's All Over the Place. Hey, Joey, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. So cool.
Definitely. So we are in the days of the lockdown. I mean, I remember we did the Sophisticated Psychos variety show together. And then,
yes.
Yeah. And then, it was amazing. And then you were going to be on tour, going to Australia. You went to Australia. And then 2 weeks after lockdown, I'm looking at your stories and you're the only one in the airport. And, you were coming home and you had to stop the tour with the Blind Boys, right?
Well, we actually didn't have to stop it. We were blessed enough to have gone the whole tour. And that was actually the end of the tour when I was coming home that time.
Got it. Yeah. Tell us some stories about the Blind Boys. What's a favorite story you could share with the viewers?
Oh my goodness. I've been with them over 20 years. So, oh my goodness, where do I start? But the last tour was one of the most memorable because we were going to some countries that were safe during this pandemic. So it was a special thing because everybody else was going through shutting down and everything. And every place we played, like Sydney, was open. But then the day after we left Sydney, they shut down. And then we go to another place, Melbourne. And when we leave there, it's shut down. But all of these places we played over there, we played places in Australia we hadn't played before. And they had loads of people. And I mean, looking out, seeing all those, 20 and 30,000 people and 50,000 in places. I look back and I go, there's no way, I don't know when I'm going to see that again,
Yeah,
So
seriously.
we go to New Zealand. And as soon as we get to New Zealand, they shut Australia down. You can't go back.
Wow.
And as soon as we left New Zealand, which was the last day, which like the 15th, 16th, 17th, something like that, of March, coming home, as soon as we went across the border, they shut New Zealand down, and which was one of the most safest, countries to be in at that time. So all my friends and family were telling me, get home, oh, we want you home, get home, we're scared. And I was in the most safe place.
And you're a champion, and all the Blind Boys, they're champions too, to be able to, because they're, you're the youngest out of the Blind Boys. So they were, traveling during that time. Is everyone safe? Everyone quarantined for 14 days and everything after they got back? Yes,
everybody's been in ever since we've been back. Jimmy has been home. Every time I talk to him, I said, "You're all right?" He said, "Yeah, man, I'm just here. I'm just sitting here, listen to the radio, watching TV, so I'm just eating, so he's home and we all are. I talked to Ricky. So we're just trying to do something, while we're home and try to get some social media presence, something that we're not used to because we're always on the road.
Right. Yeah. You have to get build up a social media marketing team to help get the Blind Boys more known on a digital platform for the younger generations, I guess.
Right.
So yeah, you're about to set up the whole production shop of videos and cameras and editing and all that stuff and do some jams together, right? And do some online shows and stuff?
Well, yeah, that was a challenge for us, because all the live stream concerts and things like that were going on and people going in the studio recording. But you remember our fellas are up in age now, so they're pretty high risk. So
we couldn't get together and we all live in different cities and states.
Mm-hmm.
But that means we would have to get on a flight or something like that and go. Somebody has to fly for us to get together. A few of us would have to. And that would, maybe present a problem with them, so nobody's feeling safe enough to travel like that for us to get together. But we are trying to do stuff online, like show maybe unreleased documentary stuff or never seen concert footage, something like that.
Yeah, cool. And like a collage of photos of the legacy that you all have together. I know.
Yeah.
People need to see that, especially the youth, to understand the jazz and the soul and the blues and the culture of, the original funk that you guys have brought to life into so many stadiums across the nation.
Oh, yeah. We bring the soul and the gospel to wherever we go.
Yeah. So, let's just dive right in. You've been to the White House 3 times. You performed for President Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton.
Yep.
Yeah. How are those experiences? Or is there a highlight from one of them that you want to share with us?
Oh my goodness. All 3 were different in a different way. Because one, we were there and it was Hillary who spearheaded that. And that was for the National Endowment for the Arts. And we had received that award that year and they wanted us to perform that particular year, which was my first time. That was my first year with the boys. And it was a funny story. It was one of my first times. And I was so new. I didn't have one of those outfits they wear, the uniforms that they wear, the suits. I didn't have it. So I think we received some sort of a check, I think like maybe $10,000 or something, which comes with the award. And they said, well, we got some news for you. Well, we're getting at 10,000 and you can have 1,000 of it, but you'd have to have a suit on like we do. So now in between sound check and actually playing, I'm running around through Georgetown in DC trying to find a suit that looks like that, with a white shirt and stuff. But, and me and my wife, we both were down in Georgetown searching. And, but we did find it and we enjoyed that. Oh yeah, of course she did. Yeah. So we did find it. And, that was one funny part about the George Bush visit, or while we were taking the photo, and we were all lined up, and he and Laura Bush was separated, and guys sprinkled in here and there, and he's like, "Hey," told Clarence or George, "I got my eyes on you over there. I see you over there with my wife." So he was cool, and we didn't really realize, the president was down to earth and funny like that. So that was cool. And then performing with for Barack Obama, the guys was just, they were just really, really taken back because they never dreamed in their lifetime that they would be, they would even be a Black president, and much less us actually meeting him, and performing there, so that was real special. Yeah, that was real special.
Definitely. I'm sure Obama and his wife, I'm sure they're like really big fans of you and the Blind Boys of Alabama.
Oh yeah, they were enjoying it. It was them and her mother, his mother-in-law, and the 2 kids, 2 girls. They were all there clapping and standing and digging it.
So it was filmed. So maybe when you do these montages, it'll be something that will be included. Is it on a YouTube somewhere where people can look at it?
Yes, it's on YouTube. It's Blind Boys at the White House.
For great footage and visceral moments, just go to YouTube and type in Blind Boys of Alabama. Yeah, that's so cool.
You get lots of stuff there. We've done things that most people like you just don't know about, because unless you just know or follow us, you wouldn't know, that we're in certain movies and, different things like that.
I only have a short White House story. Seriously, it was... I was invited to go. It was only, it was a 200-person dinner. So it was 100 people, and then they could bring a guest. And Obama was, it was a dinner. It was the Christmas party dinner. It was a Christmas dinner at the White House, and I was invited. And because of like all the attacks and what happened and everything, you had to send in your passport, and they had to see your passport, double extra security.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I went through a breakup, and I was in such a bad place. It was really, really bad, and I couldn't muster up to get on the plane to go. So I was invited to go to the White House.
Oh no!
Christmas dinner, I know.
Oh, that crazy breakup.
that was. So I don't regret too many things in life, but that I think about sometimes. And that just like really came up because an epic experience to be able
Yes,
and be invited to go to the White House, you know.
that is.
But I mean, who knows? Maybe one day, you know, Nikki Scorpio over here will get invited to go perform at the White House, or maybe
Yes,
you know, I'll be invited again as a guest, or you know, 'cause
that's right.
like you know how it is. You took Monica, you can take one person.
That's right. You get that +1.
Get to be that VIVI.
Yeah.
I haven't and I love being invited to places I've never been.
Me too.
I've never been to DC, and I really want to go. And anyways, I blew it. I completely blew it. I admit it. I also had an experience where like I could have gone to Vegas, you know, after not going. The other alternative was my friend and her boyfriend were in Vegas, and it was like the opening of the Encore. The other one, the Encore was like opening of Encore or something like that. And just come, we'll go to the spa. We'll be in the spa for the whole entire time. I just couldn't get out of my bed to get onto a plane, not even for 45 minutes. I couldn't do it. So that's how bad the breakup was. Very dark place, but yeah, it's life, you know, it's life.
Yeah.
But there's dark and there's light and there's up and down, and that's the thing about being an artist, you know.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you know you're gonna miss out on some opportunities. There's one sticks out in my mind where that I've missed that I really, really wanted to be there. And I was on tour. That's back when I was touring with both Blind Boys and Robert Randolph in the family band. And during that time, we were on the Eric Clapton tour, going back and forth. So during that tour was a festival called Crossroads. And that's something that Eric Clapton puts together. And he has everybody who's, you know, anybody who plays guitar, you know, and I mean, from the top, from the BBs to Buddy Guy, I mean, to everybody is there. And we were on that, Robert Randolph family band, we were on that. And it was 2-3 days of that. And I was due to get in, let's say on that Saturday. Well, the day they called family band to do it was on that Friday, which was the same day I was in Nebraska with our Blind Boys. And then the next day when I came, they had already did that. But I was on for the rest of the tour, but I had missed that festival. And I mean, they had everybody that plays guitar, everybody, you know, and being a guitarist, you know, that really bummed me out, you know, because I really wanted to be there for that one. But I saw the next day, you know, as a fan, you know, in the audience, but I did want to, you know, kind of perform there. But that's called Crossroads. Eric Clapton, he does it every year.
Yeah, sometimes life has a way of intentionally having us miss things because we don't know what would have happened if we were shown that maybe something would have happened that wouldn't have been in our best interest. So
right.
Sometimes it can be emotional to miss out on things, but who knows? You know, we're here to this day, and thankfully as artists we're able to express in music and transform people's lives through the music, you know?
I hear the birds.
You hear the birds?
I'm so pretty.
Oh no, the windows are closed.
I love it. I love hearing the birds. I love hearing the birds here around like 4 or 5 a.m. I hear them chirping away. It's so pretty. It's just so like amazing.
And I also got the frogs are killing since the water is happening. You know, the pool just opened the pool last Friday.
Lucky
So
you. Yeah, whoever's in the pool right now, it's like all in.
Yep. So while in the process they were in it, they were like all around.
So, yeah, I mean, you've been on David Letterman, his late night show. You've been on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno, the Colbert Report with Stephen Colbert. Let's talk about some of those experiences. How was that for you? Well,
all of the shows were awesome. I loved doing those shows back in the days, you know, with the old host. But David Letterman, the first time we did David Letterman with the Blind Boys, Paul Schaefer sat in and a couple of other people in the band. I think just Paul Schaefer and him, the only two that sat in. But that was like so exciting to me because I grew up watching David Letterman. I loved the Late Show band, always did. And for Paul Schaefer to actually be, you know, playing, you know, sitting there when we did People Get Ready. It was our first time, I'll never forget. And I did a solo on that show and kind of sang a part. Ben Harper recorded that with us, but he wasn't there. So I sang his part and I did the solo that he did.
I love your solos.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so that
You
was
have a
that.
great voice.
Oh man, I try. I try to hang in there with those guys.
I can't. I
Yes.
mean, seriously, it's like when I've seen so many artists perform, and then when I saw you perform live, it's just like the way you just strum that guitar string, the strings. I mean, it's just like boom. There's something so magnetic and vibrant and live about it. I mean, you definitely have the magic touch and the magic sound from
I love it. Oh yeah, and I love it. I love playing. I love it. It takes me takes everything away. Everything. So I just love it.
We can't wait to get back with you in person so we can jam out in person together again.
I can't wait. I can't wait to jam out. I just wanted to, like I was just saying, I wanted to play with somebody so bad, just sit in or just just jam like a live, playing somewhere. Like it's just so, you didn't realize, we were taking it for granted.
You have no idea. Like I got a studio, I got 4 mics, I got a producer sofa, I got the area where like the engineer like does the computer stuff, where the artist records. I mean, for like the musicians to come over and just jam. And Nikki has this one song, like it's what's the name of it? Motorcycle. And it's like you're gonna be perfect on it. And I envisioned we were gonna come over and we're having you over when you came back from the tour and just like jam out and get on the song. And I mean, we're still gonna make it happen, but like it's so wild being in isolation.
I know.
And it's like I've been able to record, and I released Angels and Rainbows a few weeks ago, which is really cool. Nikki did the drum and bass for the first time. He produced it to send you the video. But yeah, it's so wild. So I'm happy like I set a studio up to be able to just create. But I can't imagine like all the artists out there, man. Like I really feel for the artists who don't have like a home setup and stuff, for it's difficult that they can't be like performing and expressing themselves.
Yeah.
And then it's which equipment to buy and to spend money during a pandemic, so you can have.
I know. Yeah.
To do something, I'm very grateful that I was already, set up and everything like that.
Yeah, we need to get a Joey Williams hologram going on over here. So let us know.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, you can. Well, I tell you, you can play all day, you can play all night, you can get sad and then get to, pick up an instrument or get some music and do it all day and all night. But like doing it with someone is a whole nother thing,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can't get that. Yeah, you can't get that same feeling.
Yeah.
But we will. Trying to reinvent myself, trying to do.
We've definitely been watching some stuff where there was groups that were performing, and it was more like pre-recorded stuff, where like the drummer would lay down his part, and bass would lay down their part, and keep it going like that. And they would do kind of like a mock-up performance. And I thought, oh, that's cool, since people can't be around. So there's ways of doing it, and it's been interesting to see different artists, how they're more just, some people are just hanging out and just dancing with their fans and with their friends, and it's
right.
more about the human connection right now more than ever. I think now as artists we're all reinventing ourselves, and connecting more with with the people that fuel us and keep us going. So I think in some sense it's helpful.
You're an inspiration for people, and more people definitely need to be in your presence and hear your vibes and everything.
Yeah, you could probably connect. You could probably go live with some fans that have instruments and probably do like a jam session or something like that with them. That'd be cool.
Fun. A lot of people like that. Everything's about like engaging and interacting. And I mean, you're you. So when we're ourselves, like we're like, oh yeah, this is what I do and stuff. And to other people, it's like, oh my God, just to do one thing out of all the things you've done in this world is like a dream come true for most people, but you're
right,
people. I'm so excited. I mean, I'm going to share the story, how we met. Let's talk about that for a second.
All right.
In 2005. Oh my God.
That's right.
My dear friend, Robert Sturman, he's an amazing artist, and he was asked to do the cover for the Grammys for 2005. And of course, the night before the Grammys, they have an honorary event. Where were we?
We were at Shrine, I think, in Los Angeles.
Yeah. it was the night before the Grammys, and you know, Robert's like signing his autograph. He's just, you know, everyone's just in line and stuff. And there's Joey with the Blind Boys, and there's me, of course. And it's just like this magnetic connection. And we've been friends ever since.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a cool night.
Yeah. 2005.
2005. I wasn't quite sure what year that was. 2005.
Yeah. It's been such a beautiful blessing to be able to watch you blossom through the years and just witness your greatness. You know, it's just
yes,
an honor.
I was there with my brother. My brother came to that one. My brother Dana. We were at that night. Where's the what do you call it? The nominee party.
Yeah.
That was the nominee party. Right.
Yeah.
Where we get our tags and take pictures and stuff. Yeah, he came with me to that. Monica gave up her +1 to my brother Dana.
That's very kind of her. And then Robert can have his +1, and Robert Sturman, and I was his +1. I mean, how cool is that, right?
That is very cool. That's right.
We've gone on to do so many cool things together. And then Nikki just edited the lyrical video for Angels and Rainbows, and you know, a lot of the first responders in the video, a lot of that is all Robert's photography. So I'll send it to you so you can.
Wow.
Yeah, he's just so inspirational, and so he had to reinvent himself. He started the Grammy poster. It's off a Polaroid, and it's off a Kodak Polaroid, and he manipulates the drawing with tools, you know, while it's processing. And then Kodak announced, it was, you know, years ago, maybe, I don't know, 6-7 years ago, they announced they're discontinuing it. So he bought up as many as he could and stuck them in the freezer because you have to preserve them. But when he's done, he's done. And he had to reinvent himself as an artist because he's a living artist, you know. Most people, it's like, oh, okay, they've passed on or something.
Right.
He had to totally reinvent himself. And we did a whole series together that, you know, it's that people can't do. But his photography is amazing. Do you follow him on Instagram?
I don't.
I'm going to connect you too so you guys can follow each other. Because,
definitely do that.
Him is how I know you.
Right.
You're gonna love
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is dope.
So I have a question because I know you performed at the Grammys, Kanye, Mavis Staples, John Legend, and what's it like? Because it's like when you're performing in front of people, you're performing in front of fans. But what's the energy like when you're performing with colleagues and people that are in the industry with you? What's that like?
It's really, really cool to get that reaction that we get from our peers out there. And it seems like, I tell you, everybody loves the Blind Boys, you know, and then when we do what we do, we receive so much love from the audience. I mean, you know, we just had a small part. I think we did a couple of choruses or something with Kanye with that whole thing. And I tell you, when we came out, people were just so surprised to see us, and they were so happy to see us, and then like cheered us on. It was such a cool thing.
Nice.
So something like that, to see them kind of giving it back is so cool. Same thing with Robert Randolph Family Band. We did that as well. We played the Grammys, and it was Outkast, Parliament, Funkadelic, George Clinton, Earth, Wind & Fire. Wow. And we all did like a little funk section. You can pull that both of them up on the Grammys. And we when we came on, and I mean, they just gave it up so much. You know, we saw all the big guys, you know, that we would look up to, you know, in the audience, and like jamming and like pumping their fists in the air, you know. So it's such a great feeling to see the people that's doing it and doing it bigger than you are really digging, you know.
They get it.
You know?
Yeah, I was definitely thinking while you guys were sharing, I think it would be so cool to reach out to Kanye now, like, and y'all like did a song together. That'd be really sweet.
Yeah, now is the time. You're right.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, we need the gospel soul more than ever. People's spirit needs to be inspired. So,
that's right.
You know, we just need to like blast through. So the Blind Boys of Alabama are like front and center of heart and soul.
Yeah. That's right.
Definitely. Yeah. With all this time you have, you're even offering lessons for people who want to learn guitar. So maybe like girls, boys, whoever, all ages. If they want to learn guitar, you're offering lessons, right?
I am offering lessons, online, Zoom lessons, private, one-on-one.
Cool.
Yeah. And I've also done some chill sessions as well. Well, chill session is when they call and they don't want to actually learn how to play a guitar, or they may just be a musician or a fan. I had a couple of fans who called as well, just to call and ask me questions like some of the stories I'm telling you, 20 years with Blind Boys and 15 with Robert Randolph and Family Band. It's just like, I got loads of stories, and they're just asking me what was it like to, record with, this person and record with that person and perform with this person, so those stories and those things are chill sessions. It's whatever they want to, it's whatever they want to do, whatever they want to talk about. Live lessons.
Yeah. They just want joy right now and just to smile and hear stories. I mean, that's what makes the world go around, the story. So, how can people get in touch with you on Facebook, your email, Instagram?
Yeah, I'm on Joey Williams on Facebook, JOEWILL 17 on Instagram. My Instagram is Joe Will 17, and the Joey Williams Project is on Facebook as well. I'm teaching on Live Lesson Masters. You pull that up and look for me, and I'm teaching some rhythm, some soul guitar. I'm teaching guitar that not everyone can actually do. It seems easy, but it's not. It's kind of it's different. I don't know if it's as difficult as I'm making it seem, but there's techniques to it, and I'm teaching that every day now, and little vocal harmonies and stuff like that, teaching, and I'm doing the chill sessions, and that's with Live Lesson Masters.
Ooh, I'm interested. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it's been some fun things. We're talking about jamming before, and sometimes, we're sitting back and forth, and me and the student start jamming by accident. Yeah.
I think it'd be really sweet also if there was like, a couple, if it was their like anniversary or something, and it was a surprise gift from like a family member to their mom and dad or something.
Yes.
Session with you, or they're just like jamming out and listening, or just having the stories. That's really sweet of you. You're so sweet.
Yeah. We also on that same thing, on that same vein, along those same lines, we do. How those like watch parties and stuff like that. We do those as well for Live Lesson Masters. We get together, like you can call in and we'll watch something together. I think Robert Randolph did it with the draft, NFL draft. So it's different things that, we all get together and watch the making of or something, or just celebrating someone's birthday or Father's Day or anything like that. And they have all the fathers, or we're all online. I'm just, I'm willing to do, whatever to do, especially for the fans and people who I've been down with for so many years. I was just on one last night. Was it last night? Yeah, last night. It was about, it had to be like 30 of us on there. And I was
Did you work with Phil Collins on Brother Bear?
Yes, that was one of the great ones too.
How epic.
Yeah, the Disney movie Brother Bear, that was back in, I guess, I can't remember exactly the year, but we went into Capitol Records to do this, and the name of the song is Welcome. Yes. And Phil Collins did the bridge on it, and I couldn't believe I was doing the bridge with Phil Collins. I couldn't believe it because he was another one that I grew up knowing. I mean, from his drummer days, with Genesis and stuff like that. So, I mean, I've been a fan, really all my life since I was young. Right up.
I knew about him because of my mom, but it's like epic. It's like Phil Collins.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Collins, it's like Sting. It's like Joey Williams. It's like
yeah. And to be right near those cats, I'm like, oh my goodness. But it was really, really awesome. Disney treated us, great. I really enjoyed that whole experience, the whole Brother Bear experience.
Yeah, cool. Tell us about one of your movie experiences from maybe the Universal Pictures one you did, Hop.
Oh yeah. Actually, a story with that Brother Bear is I flew my sons, two of my sons, down to Florida where they were premiering. And I took them to the premiere. And after we got there, we were watching the movie. They went and found some friends and stuff and invited them, some little girlfriends and stuff, just brought them in with them because we had extra tickets. And while we were watching, the song comes up. But when we laid the tracks, everybody laid different tracks. Clarence Fountain, George Scott, Jimmy Carter, and me. We all laid different tracks, but we didn't know where they were being placed. So we're listening, and then I hear my voice, and my sons look over at me, and then I hear another run of mine, and then I hear me again, and then I'm all through the whole song, and now they're all laughing, we're all laughing. I'm like, oh man, I couldn't believe that they were actually letting my voice reign through throughout the whole song. Yeah, I was so excited. And then we did Hop, the movie Hop, the Universal picture with a bunny who loves playing drums, and so he wanted to give up Easter because he was like the designated Easter bunny, I think, and he wanted to give that up. He wouldn't do that because he wanted to play drums. So we came into play as we were in the studio doing a song, and the bunny came into the studio while we were rehearsing or recording, and he snuck on the drums while Ricky was out, I guess at the bathroom or something, but he didn't think the guys knew because they were blind. So then Jimmy said, wait a minute, we recognize that's not you. That's not Ricky. So so that was an awesome experience. First time. And I had a speaking line in that too. The Hoff was in that.
Sets, man, those union sets, they're the craft service and those.
Yes.
I'm like, oh yeah, bring it on.
You know all about that.
you know this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about craft service, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. We were in another movie, Medea Goes to Jail, one of Tyler Perry's movies. We sing, when they're taking her to jail, we're singing Nobody's Fault But Mine. That's us singing that.
That's a lot of responsibility right there.
Oh, yeah.
You got to message out Tyler Perry, yo. Yeah, you need to contact him and be like, yo, I am in it to win it. And don't forget about me. Don't forget about me.
That's right.
I will come to Atlanta. I will come there.
Yes, indeed. I can drive from here.
I will get there. No problem. I will just get there, and I will, because you have to quarantine for 14 days before you can even go on to a set. So we can go quarantine in Atlanta.
That's right. Do the 14 and get to work.
Yeah. So what are some words of inspirations for the listeners? Words of wisdom, quotes, books, something you want to say that, choices you've made that you've done and you're like, hey, go for it. What are some thoughts and words on that?
My advice to all the musicians, if you love it, stay with it. A lot of people have it and they know they have it and they stay with it and they still don't get where they think they should be. A lot of people think they have it and don't have it and they get, a little further. So I say, if you're a singer, sing everywhere. Sing as much as you can, musician, same thing. Perform for free, play for free, sing for free, don't limit yourself. If you think you can't, try it anyway. If you think it's too much, you'll know. So to me, I say, just keep doing what you're doing. If you know that's what you're destined to do, and you'll know that's what I'm doing. And I stay, faithful, and I stay prayed up, and it always seems to make a way out of no way, make it, or think I'm not gonna, be somewhere on time. Just, things as little as that. It happens. What's going to happen now that there's no live gig checks coming in now? I don't know what I'm going to do.
Getting that YouTube money.
Yeah, so then now there's the YouTube money. And now there's this that I never thought, lessons and stuff I never thought would be.
For the world, what I get for the world, they get to get lessons from a legendary person. I like there's a quote that says something along the lines of, to your point, if you think you can't or you think you can, either way you're right. That belief and that faith of yours, I'm sure, is taking you to, miraculous places, just being able to keep that faith. I know that for every human being, there's always those breaking moments. I think I have a good question for you. If you could go back to when you really got started and were really right at that point where I can make money doing this, now where you're at, what would you tell yourself?
At the beginning of this? Mm-hmm. The first thing I would say, if you're making money, save a lot of it. Save more than you did. I saved a little, but I spent a lot. But having said that, I have enjoyed the heck out of my life, though.
That's right.
So, there's that double-edged sword. I can look back now and say, man, I wish I hadn't have did this or spent this or whatever. But then I had such a good time doing it.
I think that's more important, the enjoyment. I've seen something else on a bunch of different walls where they interview, senior citizens and they say, like the same kind of thing, like, what do you regret or what do you think? And it's like, there's more of a focus on enjoyment. Don't work so hard. Don't stress yourself out. Make sure that you do things to really, even if it feels a little stressful in that point where you're like, oh man, I wish I had more money. Hey, you enjoyed it, you know what I mean? And you had those moments where you shared with people and, and who knows what branches and what blossoms from that, instead of the frustrations and the regrets of saying like, this is probably, having that faith and keeping that faith strong to say like, this is taking me to a great place,
Right.
Yeah, speaking of faith, I want to circle back around to, inspiration of morals and ethics, because doing the gospel soul and having your faith is one direction of like the Holy Spirit and the divine light. There's also the separation and the illusion and desperation of, since you're doing things for free and then people are desperate and then people cross those invisible boundaries, those lines get crossed. And if you're female or male, it happens to a lot of people. And I know it happened to me. I'm not like, a victim, like woo is me, like it happened to me, but I had experiences along the musical journey where people cross boundaries and were really like cutthroat about certain things. And so, what are some rules of thumb, like what you would do, what you wouldn't do by, sticking to your faith and more the business side of it, and that fine line of like, because it's not like you're going to an office 9 to 5, you're going to like an office meeting, or sometimes you do go to an office meeting. No one's going to meetings now, but for the people who are maybe networking with someone online or someone who's networking with something, how much is too much, or like listen to the little voice inside, like, but even if that little voice, like even we who have that voice as humans, we go against that little voice, or that little voice isn't loud enough. We have different circumstances and stuff. So what are some great things that you can say to help an artist on their journey and to stick within the parameters of their safety and their health for their journey?
Well, I believe, like, if you feel strongly about what you're doing, what you have to offer, I say keep that guarded and make sure you charge, accordingly. And whatever it is you're expecting, stick to your guns and try to get that. Now, starting out is one thing. Starting out, you have to take a lot of, unless you're extraordinary, you have connections or something. Unless you have that, you have to take some things that you wouldn't want to take. You have to do some things for free, but things not outside of your moral boundaries. So I'm just automatically thinking that we're not going to go outside of that. But you do things that you wouldn't ordinarily do, like, play for free or sing for free or just play in front of somebody who knows somebody or sing in front of somebody who knows somebody, and don't mind doing that. When you're going with someone else, if you are a +1 going to a concert and you're backstage with artists that you don't know, you want to be the last person in the room to say anything, unless somebody's gesturing to you or speaking to you. Things like that. Going to a place and being the loudest person there. And then you're looking around and you're the only one talking. And
that's a good idea. You don't think
you're not going to get invited again? Yeah. Ears open.
That's a
yeah. That's definitely.
I need the Joy Williams app to remind me sometimes.
Just there's a lot of different things that you learn on the road.
Yeah, during this time, since you're doing the lessons and stuff, are you also open to maybe mentoring and coaching people with certain things during this time as well? Definitely.
That some of the chill sessions turn into that, because along with Q&A and tell me a story or how is it working with this person, then there also is, well, how do I keep going on in this business, or how do I try to approach auditioning for this band, or different things like that. I said we've all done auditions and stuff, so there's a way, and so they ask these different kind of questions. So yeah, definitely open to mentoring and giving what I know. I got over 30 years, maybe at 40 since I've been doing it, because I started as a kid.
They say it just takes one person, so it's like that one person who has the insight of like the information of like the inside. I mean, it could go different directions of like jingles, commercials, movies, TV, or it's like even like the gossip of like, this tribe of people who are doing music, they're like, yeah, you want to get in and out, or these people are like quality and they're not going to like, stick it to you with like a bad deal later on, or because you read what you read in the gossip magazines or online or people's history. But when you're on the inside and you've been doing it for over 3 decades, then you have inside scoop of like, the legends live on and go on. And then, like who's who and what's what. And, those important things that you need to know, because there's people obviously, in the industry who are just like, don't have the best intentions, especially if they're preying on new people. So to have someone of quality, someone of your, stature and nature and the nurture that you can provide is so awesome. And you're a father. So like you can provide that to the people that you're coaching, and it could be people of all ages.
Yep. All ages.
Yeah. So where in the world haven't you gone that you want to go?
Oh, let me see. Right. You know what? I want to go to Dubai.
Oh.
I've never been to Dubai. A couple of my friends been there, but that was a place I used to see and hear, but I've never been. But I've been to every continent in the world.
Well, I have some friends there on lockdown, so I've been invited and I haven't gone yet. So when you go, let me know and let's go together and we'll have a really, really good time.
Yeah. I heard it's fun. Yeah.
One of the places I want to go to.
Yeah, my drummer Austin, I think he went recently.
How many times have you been around the world?
Oh, I'd say several.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, several. I'm supposed to be in Europe right now. We're supposed to start on the 3rd of May, and we're supposed to be coming back next week or this weekend, the 30th or something like that. We were coming back at the end of the month. Yeah, it's around the world many, many times.
Oh, out of all the instruments you've played, do you have a special baby, unique one that's your favorite go-to?
Yes, I have 2 of my favorites. One, her name is Goldie.
Ooh.
And I say she's a Fender Strat custom. I got it from the custom shop in Orlando. Musicians, they know that one. Across the street from the House of Blues. Yeah, got them from over there. And Duesenberg. I have a Duesenberg that I play and I love. And her name is Doozy. And that one, she's special because Prince actually played that guitar.
Oh, really?
Wow.
To have a red Duesenberg. And he came to a show and I didn't know Jimmy Carter was in the audience. And you know how he goes out into the crowd, and we on stage and the guy tapped me on the shoulder and I go, what is it? And then he goes, Prince wants to come out. And I go, what? He says, Prince wants to come out. And I go, what? And then he turns around and points to the dressing room. And I look back and Prince is standing in our dressing room while we're on stage.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes. So I go, oh, yes, he can come out.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So he comes out, he's clapping, looking out. And I remember Jimmy is out in the crowd, in the audience. So everybody's looking at Jimmy. Nobody even notices Prince, on stage. So he's like, just clapping and maybe trying to go to the mic or whatever. And then he couldn't figure out what to do. So I gestured, do you want the guitar? So he gestured back with his hands in the air like, yeah, give it to me. And I took it off right then, gave it to him. I had a stool on the stage. I said, if you don't want the strap, you can sit on the stool. He sat on the stool and he started jamming like he's been jamming with us forever. And yes, he played for a good, 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that. And he got up, gave me the guitar back, and he stopped over at the piano, played piano with Jason Crosby was playing at the time. He stopped over there, played with him for a second, and then left the stage. And we didn't see him anymore until like one of those Grammys.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I wish I was there in person. I wish I was there for that moment.
Oh. It was so crazy. And it was a small place. It was a place in I think there was a knitting factory or something like that in LA.
Oh yeah, I remember the knitting factory.
Yeah, it was right there. And they caught there's 30 seconds of something like that on YouTube. You can look for that, like Prince sits in with the Blind Boys or something like that.
I can't believe I missed out. I can't believe I wasn't there. Like, where?
I know, right? And it was in LA too. So I can't believe that.
I can't believe I wasn't there. I missed out on the White House. I missed out on you and Prince. I mean,
that's right.
I thought I had it together, but I'm starting to think actually who God.
You must have been out of the country then, because I knew you by then. So yeah, you weren't around.
Yeah, it was in the winter or the summertime.
That's right.
Maybe it was summertime. Maybe I was on a yacht somewhere.
That's right.
There you go. Maybe I was like sailing on, in the south of France, Corsica.
That's right. Yep. Either that or on a movie set or something.
Okay. If I was sailing around the yacht, I'd rather have been with you and Prince. FYI, if I was on a movie set, I got to make that money.
That's right.
Make the money. Cool. Well, I would love to play a couple of your songs from the Joey Williams project. I would love to play, a song or two from the Blind Boys. So that'd be really cool for the listeners to hear.
All right, yeah.
Which one should I play from Joey Williams project, and which one should I play from Blind Boys?
I'll give you a choice of two for the project. One is called Daddy's Guitar. Daddy's Guitar is me talking about my father teaching me how to play. He didn't teach me a lot of things. He didn't teach me how to drive or work on cars or anything, but he did teach me how to play guitar. So it's a story about that. It's a song about that. And the other one is one of my favorite Bob Dylan songs, Serve Somebody. And Jimmy Carter from the Blind Boys, he does a verse. And another one of my friends, Spanky, he did a verse too. So there's that. And then from the Blind Boys, I guess from the latest album, a song I co-wrote with one of my boys, Steve Ray Latson and Jimmy Sloan. And it's called I Can See. And that's on the Almost Home album.
Dope. Yeah.
Great choices. Excited to give them a whirl and give them a listen and to share them.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Cool. All right. Well,
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we appreciate you, and we'll close out with that. And I would definitely love to have you back on She's All Over the Place in the near future.
Okay. Well, I'm so honored to be on the podcast, and don't forget to check me out on all the platforms, and go check out Blind Boys of Alabama's website, which is blindboys.com, and maybe shop for some merch or something like that. Help us out while we are unable to travel right now.
Yeah, support the legends in the arts for sure.
Yeah, you heard it first from the musical director of the Blind Boys of Alabama, Joey Williams. Give it up, everyone. Woohoo! Amazing.
Yes.
Oh, my dear friend. Rock and roll. God bless you. I love you so much. Mwah.
Take care.
All right, you take care too.
Until next
Bless you guys. Stay safe.
You too. Mwah.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. I can see, can't you see? God's been good to me. He opened doors blind eyes can tough, but I can see, I can see, I can see. Can't you see? God's been good, God's been good to me. And you know what? He opened doors. He opened doors. Yes, he did. Blind eyes can see. He opened doors. He opened doors. Yes, he did. Blind eyes can see. He opened doors. He opened doors. Yes, he did. Blind eyes can see.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Kitty at Key, over and out.